following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball is brought to you by Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culvers of Lincoln, Grau Incorporated, Chestnut Health Systems, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Collision Concepts, Complete Lawn Care, Independent Health Insurance Agent Dara Entwistle, Heartland Bank and Trust Company.
Ships at sea as we are live from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium for an afternoon matinee contest between Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters and the Lady Chargers, actually the Chargers from Champaign Centennial. Jay Harden, Jan Bowers alongside both teams out on the floor. Lincoln's JV won today, put a victory in the win column after losing over at Mount Zion on Tuesday night. They win 51-40. Macy Eskra had 17. Emma Hutchinson had 15 for the junior varsity girls, and the varsity girls looking to run their win streak today to 4 in a row with a win over the Chargers from Centennial. As I said, Jan Bowers has joined me here courtside for today's basketball game, and Jan, for whatever reason, it's like a light switch went on for Lincoln's Lady Railer basketball team. Last Saturday, we watched them pretty much decimate a Lanphier team that honestly was struggling, has been struggling. They were able to get a running clock win against Lanphier, which must have kind of charged them up a little bit, because then they went up to the Kip Hoop Fest and took on a Leiden Franklin Park team and got a running clock against them as well. Then they went into the den over in Mount Zion and ended up with nearly a running clock, a 27-point victory against a decent Mount Zion team, one that's young but getting better all the time. So for whatever reason, the light switch has all of a sudden come on, and we're starting to see this team click on all 8 cylinders.
Well, we had talked about the week before they played Lanphier that they had the entire week off to work on things, and sometimes that's the most important thing during a break. You know, we used to be over Christmas break that you could work on things, but now there's Christmas tournaments, and sometimes they need that time to go back and refocus on the things that they really need to refine. And I think that's what happened to them with that time off. You had noticed that some of the things we had talked about in the past that they maybe were struggling doing, that now they're not doing those anymore. And again, that just gave the coaches time to address some of those issues, some of maybe the weaknesses that needed to be worked on, and hopefully that is what turned the corner. So as you said, a 3-game win streak is huge for the Lady Railers, and you know, coming into this contest, they're 6-2 at home, and it's always an advantage being here. They have Centennial coming in with just a 3-14 record. They are 1-7 in the Big 12, and you know, they're struggling a little bit. They're not quite the same team. Jan Mowrich and I were talking here this morning as we looked back at the late 70s to the mid 2000s with Coach Tim Fairchild there at Champaign Centennial, where they were a dominant team. They were 7 times Big 12 champions, 5 in a row, and it's just not quite the same, but we know how it goes in streaks, and the Centennial team is very young. They start 4 juniors and just 1 senior, so they may be struggling a little bit this year, but look for them next year to be a little stronger.
This is a Centennial program that, if my memory is right, in the early 2000s actually played in the state finals. They actually had made it to the state finals. So in the past, they have had a very tough girls basketball program, but in recent years, for whatever reason, you know, it goes cyclical, but their down cycle was pretty deep. They ended up 2 years ago, if I remember right, maybe it's been 3 years now, canceling their varsity season after 5 games because of numbers and going to simply a junior varsity schedule. They had better numbers last year, so they reinstated the varsity and the freshman program, and it seems like their numbers are at least relatively stable at this point in time. So perhaps the Champaign program, the Centennial program, is coming back on an upcycle, although I believe now they're maybe in their third coach in about 3 years, with Joshua Sterling taking over from Tamara Butler. And Jan, I truly believe this. Stability in coaching at the high school level is important to maintaining the long-term success of any program. You can't have constant turnover and expect to have success year in, year out.
That's absolutely right. You've got to build a program, and you've got to have a coaching staff that inspires the girls and gets them to want to play. And, times have changed with everything, with social media, with all the opportunities of other things going on, that maybe the sports aren't what is the dominant factor now for high school girls and boys. I hate to see that. It's alive and well in Lincoln because we have a great program underneath at the junior high level. All of our programs are very good, and that helps build the program. So when you have teams in the Springfield area, the Champaign area, where they're more spread out, it's hard to put together those solid group of girls that consistently want to play. And
I think too, Jan, we saw, and I still think we're still feeling, even now, 5 years out, we're still feeling the effects of the COVID year. I think you had the COVID shutdown. I think there were a lot of kids that said, you know what, I didn't play, I didn't miss it. I went on to something else, whatever it might be, Nintendo games, maybe it's working somewhere. But I think a lot of kids missed development during that time that maybe were still playing. Even down at the lower levels, you had kids that missed a development year. And I think COVID, for whatever reason, in a lot of programs, has really wreaked some havoc that nobody has completely recovered from yet.
I agree. I talk with the kids there at Mount Pulaski where I teach, and they say, well, yeah, I played when I was junior high. So, well, but why aren't you playing now? Oh, I don't want to. But I think what you said, there's more and more young students who are working in the workforce at the high school level, far more so than when I was a player myself.
Well, and you have to figure too that you've had somewhat of a labor shortage out there. You've had businesses that have been screaming that we need help, so it's an opportunity for a kid to go out and make some money at now $15 an hour. And sometimes the appeal of running up down the floor in practice 6 nights a week and maybe playing 1, 2, 3 games a week just isn't appealing maybe as it used to be.
Absolutely, and I hope that changes. I think sports does so much for a young athlete, a young student. So many life lessons that come about from playing on a team, and the camaraderie that you have, and developing a respect not only for the game, but your teammates, your coaches, and even your opponents. So I hope that's a turnaround. And again, it looks alive and well here in Lincoln, but we'd love to see the competition. We'd love to see all programs thriving.
Lincoln coming off, they're on a 3-game win streak right now, and in the last 3 games, Lincoln has scored better than 60 points every game, and in fact, they scored over 70 against Lanphier, and then 62 against Leiden in a 62-32 win, and a 66-39 win over Mount Zion. So you've got Lincoln here who have yet to give up over 40 points in their last 3 games. That tells me that the defense is really kind of locking in, and by scoring over 60 points in the last 3 games, that shows me too that the offense is starting to click very well in addition.
Absolutely. One of the things we talked about early on when I first started helping out with Coach Rohrer was talking about the first quarter and how she felt that her team was struggling in the first quarter. So I looked up this last 3-game win streak, and against Lanphier, we jumped out to a 20-11 first quarter lead. Against Leiden, they outscored the team 16-9 in the first quarter, and Mount Zion 21-10. So that is a huge advantage when you come away in the first quarter with a good lead. And the addition of Piper Whiteman coming back, I think, has made a difference for the Lady Railers offensively and defensively. But yes, their defense is going to help carry them, but they have to put points on the board. So it's wonderful to see that they're scoring more points per game.
So that will lead us into the Me Realty list of the game. It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, check the listings at MeRealty.com. So right at the top of the list, I think I'm going to put get off to a good start. You don't want to let a 3-14 team hang around. So get off to a good start. What are two other keys to the game, do you think, today?
Well, I think we have to have balanced scoring. So, for many of the games, we had maybe 2, sometimes 3 players really dominating. And in the last couple of games, we've had 4 and 5 and even 6 players getting in the scoring column. And I think that's very important for the Lady Railers. You're going to expect Clark and Holmes and Knapp and Whiteman to get some points. But I think it's great to see Schneider and McLeod now coming through and chipping in some points. I think that's going to be huge down the stretch for the Lady Railers, that they can score in many ways. So the inside-outside game, as we always talk about, I think is very crucial that we establish. We need to get in. We need to let Knapp score some points, and then her ability to kick out and find the open player, I think, is going to be very strong. Defense, we know we need, but the defensive rebounding, I think, is huge, and we need to really block out and, again, react and move and get to the ball on the defensive rebound.
That's tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. You brought up the scoring, so looking at the game against Leiden, Piper Whiteman had 12, Mia Clark 11, McKinley Knapp 16, Lily Holmes had 9, Mason McLeod had 9, so you had nearly 5 girls in double figures that game. And against Mount Zion, Piper had 15, Mia had 19, McKinley had 18, and then you throw Lily Holmes in with 7, and you've got some balanced scoring there where it becomes very difficult for other teams to key on people. And if you can get a couple of people, Mason McLeod chipping in 2, couple 3-pointers, maybe a deuce a game, and you get Lily out there getting her buckets. She drives to the basket. She can step out and hit the outside shot. You get them contributing, and you become that much more of a problem for somebody else.
Well, it was a problem when we had double and triple teams against Knapp inside, and they can't do that anymore, not with the threats we have from the perimeter now and the different ways that we're able to score. So that's been a huge advantage for the Lady Railers, and again, it'll open up Knapp inside, and they have a beautiful inside-outside game. And we have talked about the ability of the Lady Railers now able to get the ball inside and making better choices on passes and picking up the angles, and that has made a big difference in their ability to score.
We had a chance to chat with Big Mac before tonight's basketball game, and I asked her if she was focused and locked in. What she says she wants, she'd like to put her name on the board for a rebounding record, and I thought that's very telling that somebody is looking to get rebounds, not necessarily score points.
Exactly. And the key that I've talked about before is her ability to score on the offensive, or to rebound on the offensive end. So I don't know. I can go back and look in from our era of who led in terms of offensive rebounds, but I don't know that is a stat that we keep very often, but that is where her primary rebounds come, is from the offensive end, and that's a tremendous help for the Lady Railers.
And getting a second and third chance at the bucket is a tremendous help. Again, and this team has been compared fairly or unfairly, and many times unfairly, to the team of the last 4 years. This is obviously not the team of the last 4 years, but it seems like they're beginning to establish their own identity. Are they going to score points in bunches like the team last year did? No. But we're starting to see, like I said, we're starting to see this team gel. I think Coach told me an interesting stat that Grace had the other night at Mount Zion. I think she had, I have to look, Gracie had 2 points the other nights at Mount Zion. She had 9 assists and no turnovers. That is a heck of a stat for your point guard. I told Coach, to me, a point guard is kind of like a catcher in baseball. I really don't care how much they hit. A little bit's gravy, but I expect you to do other things, and that's what a point guard does. You want them to distribute, get the assist, but don't turn the ball over.
Absolutely. One of the things when I was a coach and even as a player was instilling into the point guard that you have to be 100% in all of your passes. Obviously that's hard to do, but that's the mentality they have to have. They are a floor leader. What they do that reflects upon every other player on the floor. And, they have a lot of responsibility, and I think Grace has done a great job. And I think all of the players, as you said, are transitioning from playing at the JV level to the varsity level. They were thrown in Not seeing a lot of playing time in the past, only, in games where they were very far ahead. And as you said, I think they are getting their own identity. They're learning how to compete at this level of a varsity, and every player is improving. And I'm thrilled to death to see that Grace had that stat, because she is a great passer, and the fact that she's a left-hander, what an advantage that is. And so that's wonderful. No turnovers is a huge stat for a point guard, so kudos to Grace.
Real quick, we want to mention that Becca Heitzig won one of the 800 races indoors for Iowa State the other night and came within putting her mark in the top 10 of times in the 800-meter run. So Becca Heitzig starting to show what she can do in track out at Iowa State. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. You're listening to Lady Raider Basketball on 96.3 FM.
This is Corporal Brian Clements with the Lincoln Police Department. This week, Lincoln-Logan County Crime Stoppers is seeking information in reference to a shooting that occurred on December 30th, 2024 at approximately 7 to 8 p.m. in the area of the North Jefferson Street near the Logan County Fairgrounds. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries from a small caliber gunshot. At this time, no description of a suspect was given. If you have any information on this crime, please contact the Lincoln-Logan County Crime Stoppers anonymously at 217-732-3000 or the Lincoln Police Department at 217-732-2151. Tips leading to an arrest could receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers only wants your information, not your name.
The Lincoln-Logan County Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is brought to you by Me Realty, supporting a thriving community safe for families through support of the Crime Stoppers program. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer.
Back at Roy S. Anderson on a balmy afternoon compared to what we've had, and a decent crowd out here for today's basketball game. Long day of basketball out here at Roy S. Anderson, with the freshman boys playing early, and the girls JV won earlier 51-40. Be girls varsity, and then the boys JV will play at 5, and the boys varsity against Rock Island at 6:30. I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Jan Bowers, for today's starting lineups.
All right, let's start off with Champaign Centennial, again with a record of 3-14, 1-7 in the Big 12. They are starting all guards. One senior, number 0, Lanaya Ballantine. A junior, number 2, Madison Walker. Another junior, number 10, Heaven Day. A junior, number 15, Jesse Miller. And a sophomore, starting number 40, Dee Dee Horton. The Champaign Centennial is coached by Josh Sterling in his first year. At this time, we're going to turn it over so we can see the promo and intro for the Lincoln Lady Railers.
Boys teams that go back in the locker room during the lights out ceremony here.
Yes.
high video over, and the girls about to be announced. Lincoln girls going to be in their home whites, Champaign in the Navy road uniforms.
All right, for the Lincoln Lady Railers with a record now of 11-9 off a 3-game winning streak, a record of 5-2 in the Central State 8. They will start at one guard, a 5'7" junior, number 2, Lily Holmes. The point guard for the Lincoln Lady Railers, a 5'4" junior, wears number 3, Grace Schneider. A 5'6" guard and junior, number 11, Mesa McLeod, who is starting to come around here for the Lady Railers with some outside shooting. And forward, 5'9" junior, number 25, Mia Clark. And at center for the Lincoln Lady Railers, a 5'9" senior, wears number 31, McKinley Knapp.
And Jan, we've had a last-minute change in the starting lineup. Piper Holmes getting the start today in place of Lily Holmes.
I did not see that, so yes,
it
Piper
was a
Whiteman.
last-minute change, yes.
A senior, 5'8", number 15, Piper Whiteman in the starting lineup. Lady Railers are coached by Taylor Rohr and assisted by Corey Farmer.
And Lincoln going to move from left to right as you look at your radio dial. Champaign from right to left. Knapp and Horton to tap it up at center circle. Again, full day of basketball here on WLCN. The boys will be in action tonight at 6:30, trying to put together back-to-back wins against the tough Rocks of Rock Island. Tap is up and into the backcourt it goes. Piper Whiteman has it. Piper left-handed dribble, left side Clark. Back out front Piper. Mia thought about the three, faked it. Nice ball fake, throws it across to Grace. Grace in the corner, Mesa. Three on the way, no good. Too hard, air ball. And rebound coming out of there with it is Heaven Day. Heaven Day to Horton again. Champaign going with 5 guards, and they go inside to Horton. Ball off of her foot, kicked back out. It comes out to Ballantyne. Ballantyne today. They tried to throw it inside. Good defense by Lincoln. McLeod taps it away to Whiteman. Here comes Clark the other way. Clark tried to bounce pass, threw it behind McKinley Knapp. Mesa comes out with it to Mia in the corner. 3 on the way. Bang! A collision concept 3, and Lincoln gets off to a 3-0 lead.
Great start there for the Lady Railers. They had a good possession the first round as well, moving the ball around the perimeter very well and finding the open player. Good shot there by Mia.
Getting a new look out here, seeing Mia Clark play defense out at the point, and with her size, that could cause some problems for Champaign, and actually anybody. She is causing a few problems. Grace nearly stole the ball away from Day, who throws up a wild left-hander, and Knapp comes out of there with a rebound. Here comes Grace the other way on the run. Lincoln looking to push the ball. Schneider looks inside. Schneider right-hand dribble, got bumped, no call. Schneider back out front and now going to set the Lincoln offense. Grace looking to the bench for the play, gets it to Mesa, back out front, Grace. Champaign in his own, shot by Clark, bang, another 3. This one from about 22 feet, a collision concept 3, and Mia is ahead 6-0 with 6:25 to go here in the first quarter.
We had talked about getting off to a quick start here in the first quarter, and we're doing just that.
Horton left-hand dribble, nearly loses it, nearly batted away by Clark. Mia causing her some problems. Horton going to go down the lane, throws up a 10, running 10-footer, up no good, ball batted around, and Piper comes out with the ball. Piper is going to get, jump ball called.
I think it was a little late call. I think it was a jump ball, but it could have been called a little bit earlier.
Alternating possession, it'll go back to Centennial.
You'd mentioned with Mia playing the top, I think that was the advantage that the Lincoln Lady Railers had with Chloe on top with her length. I love seeing in the 1-2-2 the one player being a taller and lengthier player.
Ballantyne to Horton, and Horton threw up an air ball. Horton gets the ball on the steal, lays it up and in. Knapp falling out of bounds, was trying to get it to Mesa, and Horton stepped in and took it away. Champaign sets up in a 2-3 zone as Whiteman, 15-footer baseline, nailed it. Nice shot by Piper Whiteman. It's 8-2. Again, Jan, we see the Lincoln offense clicking early here.
Absolutely. We scored 3 of the first 4 possessions.
Horton dribbles into traffic. Mia nearly knocks it away, and she does, and ball's on the floor, and a jump ball called, and it'll go Lincoln's way. And Mia Clark started that by knocking it away. Piper Whiteman dove on it, and with a jump ball call, it'll go Lincoln way, and 84 feet to go. 8-2 if you just joined us. 5:31 to go here in the first quarter. Schneider to Mia. Oh, she was loading up there. Back out front, Grace to Mesa. Schneider. Mia has another wide open 3. Bang! A collision concept 3. Clark with 9 so far in the first quarter. It's 11-2.
It's been a long time since we've seen a zone defense, and the Lady Railers are loving it right now.
And you will bust the zone in a hurry shooting like that. And Mia steals it out front from Horton. Here she comes. Layup time. Lays it up. Good. Mia Clark already in double figures, the second leading scorer on the team. It's 13-2, ladies. And Joshua Sterling's going to get a 30-second timeout. Jan, the Lincoln defense has been pretty good so far, but the offense is clicking on all 8 cylinders right now.
Absolutely, and we talked about how important the defense was, and it can lead to easy baskets, which is right there what happened with Mia getting the steal and scoring that layup, but also moving the ball well against the zone.
We talked earlier about what things they were doing that we saw were different now than what we saw earlier in the year. The ball movement is different. The passing is different, but I've also noted, too, the passes are going to the shooters in a position where the shooter can actually do something with the ball. What we saw early in the year was they might get a pass to a shooter, but the pass would be just a little off. And you know, as a shooter, if you don't get it where you want it, well, you're probably not going to. You're going to have to reset, and you may not make the shot then.
Correct. So the Lincoln the girls are ready to shoot, and as you said, it has to be in the right spot, and they're doing a great job with that. So good job for the guards of making great passes.
Ballantyne gets it into Horton. Horton will go inside to Miller, and ball tapped out of bounds, and it will go Lincoln's way. With the score 13-2, 4:42 to go here in the first period. Coming into the game, Kalia Allen into the basketball game. And taking a seat, I think, was Madison Walker. Yep. And here comes Mia Clark. Mia Schneider back out front to Mia. Mia, nice pass inside to McKinley, a little bit behind her. Horton got a hand on it and stole it away. Here they come the other way. Horton going to run right down the lane, and I thought she traveled with a basketball, but a foul going to be called. And let's see who it's against. Is it against Grace? Yep.
On that last possession, I think we needed one more pass there. The angle that Mia had inside to McKinley was a little tough. If she had hit McLeod here on the side, I think she'd have had a clear pass into McKinley. But I like the look. I like that Mia was looking inside.
Ball tapped out of bounds by Lincoln. Champaign will inbound in front of the Lincoln bench. Horton back to Ballantyne. Ballantyne goes inside Miller. Nice layup. Missed the layup. Nice move inside. Missed the layup. And she's going to get called for a foul. Jessie Miller going to commit the foul. That will be her first. And the first on the Chargers. 4:11 to go here in the first quarter. And Lincoln, the length of the floor to go.
That was good offense there by Champaign. Miller's a tall player inside. They need to look to try to go inside. She just wasn't able to finish.
They go inside Piper. Piper got fouled. Jan, I think I call this a 2-3 zone. It's more of a extended 2-1-2 zone.
It is. Sometimes it looks like a 1-3-1. I think it has many looks. And Lincoln here went with 2 players inside. Great call there by the coaches. And gives Whiteman a chance to get to the line and score from there.
Foul was on Heaven Day, her first. And Piper misses the first of 2 free throws. Second one for Pretty Piper Whiteman. Up and got it. So give Piper Whiteman 3. She has been averaging 10 points a game since she returned to the starting lineup. Horton across the timeline, goes right side Allen. Allen in a little bit of trouble, back out front to Day. Day around the screen from Ballantyne, drives baseline. Day tried to throw it inside to Miller and a kick on Piper Whiteman, and it'll stay Champaign basketball. And it looks like Jessie Miller hit her funny bone the way she's holding her elbow.
And you had talked about the advantage of having Mia and the taller player in the 1-2-2 at the top. It also allows her to drop in on the rebounding. So now we'll have 3 taller players at the rebounding positions underneath, which is very important.
Miller shot a left wing 3 that was about 3 feet short. Nice pass from Holmes to Mesa. Mesa didn't have the shot. Back out to Grace. To Mia, baseline Lily. Lily goes inside McKinley. Look at the ball movement. Mesa 3 on the way. No good. Too hard. Rebound off of 3 Lincoln players' hands and goes out of bounds. Boy, Lincoln had good position on the rebound, just couldn't grab onto it.
No, I love that offense. I love the ball passing there and the inside-outside game we had talked about. That's just tremendous offense by the Lincoln, even though we didn't come away with a basket.
Lily Holmes into the game for Piper. They go inside Horton off of Knapp's head, and it goes back to Horton. Horton back out front. They go inside Miller. Ball batted away on the floor, and a jump ball called, and it will go Lincoln's way with 3:10 to go here in the first quarter. Champaign again with the substitutions. Kimora Walker into the basketball game for Champaign. Kalia Campbell into the basketball game for Champaign. Joshua Sterling not afraid to substitute freely here in the first quarter. Clark out front, right side near the volleyball line, goes to Mesa. Mesa back out front, Mia to Lily. Lily way out front beyond the volleyball line and had the ball stolen briefly. Grace covers it. They get in the corner, Mia. They go inside McKinley. McKinley layup, go, oh, and it finally did go in. And Kimora Walker's going to get nailed for the foul. So Big Mac inside with a left-handed layup, make it 16-2. That'll be 3 fouls on Champaign, the first on Walker.
So a little set play there by Lincoln, and the key to that was McKinley Knapp. So, you know, a lot of times in the past, post players would play around the block, and McKinley Knapp is playing up on the first hash mark, and that's what gives her that lane to the basket. That's just a great positioning by McKinley and a good job by the coaching staff of helping her to learn that's where she needs to be.
And a traveling call there on Champaign as Campbell started to go with the ball, wasn't dribbling it, although I think Lily Holmes might have got her in the back just a little bit, and that ball goes off Mia Clark's out of hands and goes out of bounds on a set play trying to get her a shot out of the corner. Champaign coming the other way. Again, 16-2 Lincoln, 2:47 to go here in the first. Horton in the corner, had the ball pop off of her hands pretty hard there. Horton, they go inside. Walker travel the basketball, no call, gets it to Day. Heaven Day, 15-foot left-hander up, no good. Mia Clark the rebound, and here comes Mia in a hurry. Mia head to Grace. Grace in the corner, Lily. Holmes, McLeod, back out front, Grace. Grace, cross court, Clark. Clark, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, McKinley Knapp fights for it, but Day comes out of there with it. Day quickly ahead. Grace steps in the passing lane, steals the ball. Grace has it 1 or 2 on 4, and now she pulls it back out and stolen away by number 20, and that was Campbell. And Grace is going to get nailed, I think, for her second foul. Schneider with 2 fouls, and she's going to have to come out of the basketball game as Piper Whiteman comes in, and that will move Mia Clark up to one of the wing spots. Horton goes into Walker. Walker throws it right side Allen. Allen drives baseline, throws it up, no good. Ball on the floor, and we're going to have, I think, yet another jump ball here in a minute. Waiting for the officials to call it, but you can kind of see it coming, and the possession arrow favors Champaign at this point.
I think we've established the call of the day. It's going to be the jump ball.
I think so. Walker to inbound under their basket. Walker out front, Horton. Horton launches a long 3, back of the iron, no good. Clark comes out of there with it. Mia quickly up the floor, around Walker. Mia down the lane, throws it up, got fouled, and the harm. Count the bucket. Mia Clark with it coast to coast, and I think Kimora Walker got called for her second foul. No, that was on D.D. Horton. That is her first.
You know, we have to have a player that's not afraid to penetrate, and Lincoln has 2. We've got Mia Clark and we have Lily Holmes that are not afraid to take that ball in the lane, on the baseline, and that opens up so many different opportunities for the Lady Railers to score.
Heaven Day just got called for carrying a basketball, and it was pretty obvious, I have to say. I'm not even sure you can get away with that on the playground.
The NBA probably could get away with it.
Maybe. They go inside Lily. Lily up and good! Lily Holmes takes it hard to the hoop and gets fouled. Makes the bucket and make it 21-2.
It's our 3rd and 1 opportunity here already in the game. See if Lily can capitalize.
Kimora Walker picks up her second foul, and Lily the junior throws it up and in. Lovely Lily Holmes, 22-2, a 20-point lead here in the first quarter for the ladies. And Lily steals it in the backcourt, lays it up, blew the bunny, and Day comes out of there with it, and I think got bailed out. They're going to call a foul on Mia Clark. Oh, they called a foul on Lily Holmes? Wow.
They did.
Whoa. I don't think Lily was near her. Well, what do I know? Hey. And Mia steals it anyway. So Mia takes the ball to Lily. Lily pushed off there, got away with one. Bank shot up, no good. Gets her own board up and got it. Horton still in the backcourt. Ball. Oh, and Mia, I think, is going to get, let's see. I think Mia's got this one. Nope. They called it on Lily again.
My goodness.
I think.
They've got her number.
Yeah.
They've got her number.
If Lily watches the tape of this game, she's going to look at me and say, hey, why am I getting called for fouls you commit?
That's 2 fouls now on both Holmes and Schneider.
So Lily with her second. And stolen away by Mesa. McLeod in the backcourt. Now she picked up her dribble, looking for somebody. Gets it ahead to Piper.
Good job,
Piper ahead to Mia. Up and good.
Yeah, that's just Piper Whiteman recognizing to come back. We had talked about that before, that your secondary ball handlers have to recognize when they need to come back, and here it was Piper that did it.
Mia nearly steals the ball in the backcourt. Day, 44 seconds on the clock. Day dribbles off her leg and out of bounds. Coach, do you think part of that might be, and it may be Piper's nature, but last year's squad that she played a lot with and practiced a lot with, that was all 5 of them did that dribble, we noticed, with their heads up all the time. I mean, it was all the time.
Yes, yes.
And I think that is a trait that she has picked up from then, and we're glad to see it. They go inside. Big Mac, left-hander, up and good. Nice position by McKinley. A good interior pass by Mia Clark, and make it 28-2.
And I'm going to throw that I'm so excited. That was a bounce pass. That was a bounce pass. I absolutely love it.
Horton hounded out at the half-court circle. Nearly stolen and locked out of bounds, and they say it went off of Whiteman last. It'll stay blue ball with 11.1 on the clock, and Lincoln up 28-2 here in the first quarter.
Lincoln's defense is just relentless, Jay. They're getting a hand on everything. They're in great position.
They go inside Allen. She threw it up. No good, and a good defense by Lily Holmes, keeping her hand straight up. Piper threw the ball over Mac's head and out of bounds, and it was a good idea. I'm not so sure she shouldn't have just kept that and went on in.
I think so. But, kudos there. McKinley Knapp, our center, leading the pack, getting down the floor.
Champaign trying not to use up clock, and Horton will throw up a shot from half court. At the end of the first quarter, it is Lincoln 28 and Centennial 2. We're going to send it back to WLCN for a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Heartland Bank and Trust Company, with branches on North Sangamon Street and Woodlawn Road. Unlock the power of more with More For You checking from Heartland Bank and save money on the things you're already paying for. Open your account today in branch or online at hbtbank.com.
Jan, a big first quarter for Lincoln's Lady Railers with Mia Clark leading the way. She has 16 of the 28 points.
Well, we got off to a good start. We missed our first shot, and then we've been sailing ever since. And Mia hit 3 3-pointers right in a row, and several other players have chipped in. We've gotten several and one opportunities, and we have taken advantage. So 28-2. We talked about getting out to a good first quarter lead, and we did just that.
Whiteman, left side, Mesa McLeod. Mesa back out Piper. Piper was going to throw up a shot, didn't take it. Piper goes inside Lily, a 5-footer, good. Nice recognition by Lincoln as Champaign's changed up their defense. Horton quickly ahead of the pack to Ballantyne. Ballantyne out front to Tanner. Aliana Tanner, ball thrown and knocked away, and Piper comes out of there with it. Piper, left-handed dribble in the backcourt. Piper ahead of the pack to Lily. Lily had Mac wide open, 15-footer, good. Heck, we'll just take it out of the corner. Lily Holmes knocks down a 15-footer and give her 7. It's 32-2. Horton. They go in the corner. Allen. Allen drives baseline on Mesa. Throws up a shot over McKinley. Doesn't get it. They tap it out, and Lily comes out of there with it. Holmes quickly up the floor. Holmes, left side Mesa. Mesa inside Piper. There's Mac. Mac got the pass up and good. Overthrew Piper. Mac was there for it. Picks it up, lays it up and in. It's 6 for McKinley.
Let's see if the statistician gives an assist on that. Technically, no one else touched it.
I'm tough. I wouldn't. They go inside to Horton. Horton against McKinley. Throws it up. Air ball. No good. And Piper comes out with it. Champaign getting one shot at it. Piper inside Holmes. Good recognition. Up and good. The team may set a record for assists today the way they're going.
They might.
36-2 with 6:44 to go in the half. They go inside. Shot up by Campbell. Up and good. And Campbell and the Champaign fans on the bench react as they get their second deuce of the basketball game. It's 36-4. Piper, Mesa to McKinley. In the corner they go. Lily, 15-footer again. Bang.
Feeling it. She's feeling it.
And good recognition by McKinley Knapp to know that Lily was wide open in the corner.
Again, that inside-outside game we talked about.
They go inside. Valentine throws up a 5-footer. Good. They got around the Lincoln defense that time, and they've tripled their score now. It's 38-6. Whiteman to Knapp. Knapp, 15-footer. She told me she was going to shoot a 3 today, but wasn't there for her. They go back inside
nice.
McKinley. Nice pass from Lily. Up and good.
Good recognition there.
Champaign has switched defenses. It almost looks like, I thought it was a box and one, the way they're guarding Mia. They go inside, up and good. And hey, Alana Tanner has scored a couple of buckets. And it is 40-8. Piper goes inside to McKinley. Mesa, left side 3. Bang. A collision concepts 3, and Lincoln is on fire. 43-8. 5:25 to go here in the half.
5 players in the scoring column now for Lincoln so far.
Tanner just threw the ball into the water fountain at the end of the court. And here come wholesale substitutions for Lincoln. Emma Hutchinson, Grace Schneider, Rebecca Burge. Reba gets in the basketball game as Mesa, Piper, and Mia sit down to a round of applause from this Lincoln crowd.
And Jay, I'm going to point out one thing I've noticed so far. Lincoln, after they get a rebound, are not just getting it and putting it down and dribbling. They're taking a look around and making sure the defense isn't there to hassle them. And that's something they've struggled with in the past. So a good job of Lincoln now recognizing that they need to be patient after a rebound.
Holmes with a nice move to the basket. Nice little Euro step, but couldn't get it to go down. Horton dribbles right into her and gets called for a travel, so we're going to go the other way. 4:53 to go here in the half. The score is 43-8. That's right, if you just tuned in. And we still have 4:53 to go here in the first half. Lily, baseline Reba, goes inside to McKinley. Nice move, up and go! Couldn't get it to go down. That was a nice move and a nice pass from Reba Burge. Horton goes left side, shot up by Tanner, no good, and Schneider, the smallest girl on the floor, grabs the board, and here she comes in a hurry. Quickly to Lily, left-handed up and good! And the Red and Green Express is showing its face here today, 45-8.
It was a great block out by Grace down there. You might not have seen that initially, but she did a good job and then out and leading the break and found a wide open Holmes.
And stolen by Holmes. Here comes Lily again, left-handed up and no good. Rebound, Grace up and good! 47-8. We are just now halfway through the second quarter. They go to Ballantine, back out front Horton. Allen, they go into quarter number 5, and she's not even on the roster.
Coach had talked about Lincoln pushing the ball up the floor, and you've seen that here today.
Valentine had it knocked away by McKinley Knapp. She got it to Grace. They go back inside to Mack. Corner Emma. Emma 3 on the way. Nope. Rebound Reba up and no good. Gets her own board. Tapped away. No good. And here comes Valentine with the basketball. Bet you Reba would like to have that one back.
Yes.
They go inside. Campbell has the ball knocked away, and that Lincoln defense inside, not letting Champaign get much with a basketball. Emma comes out with it. Lily, 3 on the way, left side. Bang! A collision concepts 3. Lily Holmes is on fire right now. She has 18 first half points. 50-8 is the score if you just tuned in. 2:59 to go here in the half. Horton out front, looking for the screen from Ballantyne. She goes to Campbell, free throw line. Allen Tanner up and good. Tanner throws up the three. Got it up and good, and they get into double figures. 50-11 is the score. Substitutions at the bench for Lincoln. Emma goes to McKinley, free throw line. McKinley, right side Lily, nice fake. Drives the baseline up, blocked, gets it back, goes up, blocked again and out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball.
90% of the block shots go right back to the offensive player, and Lily did not give up after that block. I wasn't able to put the second one in either, but she did stay with it. Massive substitutions again here for Lincoln.
And Champaign as well. Ella Schneider gets in the basketball game, and ball batted away. Elizabeth Chin. Emma Hutchinson, right side three. Back of the iron, no good. Reba Burge, the rebound. Reba, ball on the floor, is getting hacked. Gets it back to Emma. 5-footer, in and out, no good. Reba up, no good. Gets her on board, throws it up. And Rebecca Burge is going to go to free throw line. And they're laughing at her. She's getting pounded in there. She's laughing about it. Couldn't get the shot to go down. Greg Gilbert in the basketball game for Lincoln, as all of Lincoln's starters now on the bench. And Reba up and good. Well, heck, if you're going to make me shoot it from 15 wide open, I'll just knock it down. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 51-11 is the score.
I was trying to count the number of shots we had at the basket on that last one, and I lost track.
Had to be 5 at least.
At least 5.
Rebecca Burge nails both free throws. And that makes it 52-11. The lead is 41. Tanner across the free throw line. Left-handed dribble. Tanner's got 5 of their 11 points on a 3 and a deuce. Running one-hander in the lane. Throws it up and in. And hey, Alana Tanner has got 7 of their 13 points. Scoring a bunch off the bench. Emma Hutchinson into the front court. Gilbert, they go Chin. Chin back out front. Gilbert to Hutchinson. Hutchinson. Ella Schneider. They go inside Chin. Chin dribbles off her leg and throws it right to Tanner. Tanner coming the other way. Tanner down the lane through the tree. She got called for traveling. Oh, and she is going to be a little slow to get up, shaken up. It looks like she's going to be okay.
Took a hard tumble there.
Yep, she did.
Went through 3 Lady Railers, tried to break through them, and I think maybe took an elbow.
Now, Coach, this is one of the games where, we talk about some of these games, if it were the end, mop-up time. But these are quality minutes these girls are getting, and you want to see what they can do early on in the basketball game. So you're expecting them to play the defense and run their offense.
Sure, absolutely. You can't change that. You don't want to lose that momentum and what your game plan is coming in.
Hutchinson nails a 15-footer off the good pass from Rebecca Burge, and it's 54-13.
We know Hutchinson is a scorer. She had 15 points in the JV's win today, and she hit a couple big 3-pointers in previous varsity contests, so love to see what she can do here today.
Tanner nearly traveled the basketball and almost threw it away out front. Heaven Day. Heaven Day is going to run right in there, throw it up, no good, and Rebecca Burge with the rebound. And Day went down hard. She's in pain. I don't know if she's sprained an ankle or twisted a knee. Hutchinson right side 3 up, no good. Rebound, Greg Gilbert on the floor, tackled, and on the jump ball, jump ball called, but it's getting a little chippy under the basket, as Jeff Benjamin would say. And the jump ball goes the other way as Heaven Day limps noticeably out there, and I think she's going to be nope. She's saying she's okay, but
I think she has to. The coach came out on the floor.
Yeah.
So
Josh Sterling says, nope, you're coming over here, and Jesse Miller going to come into basketball game for Champaign.
Lincoln's going to get a lot of offensive rebounds. I've noticed the last 2 possessions that Centennial's girls just not going in on the defensive rebound. She's got some young players in there, and they're just kind of standing there. So Lincoln going to have a heyday with the offensive rebounds.
Miller Ballantyne. Chen came out of there with it, passes it out to Emma Hutchinson. Hutchinson backcourt, quickly up the floor, Schneider. In the corner they go, Gilbert. Nice ball fake, back out front. Emma, shot on the way, no good. Burge gets the rebound. Rebecca up, no good. Miller with the rebound under the basket, and Champaign will go the other way. With 23 seconds till halftime. Lincoln up 54-13. Tanner in front of the Lincoln bench, right side Ballantyne. They're looking inside Miller. Ball nearly stolen away by Chen, and it's tapped away by Greg Gilbert, and good defense by the Lincoln girls. call them the second unit, if you will, but they're out there playing hard and playing good defense right now.
They are. And they're running a good offense. They haven't knocked down those shots, but they're getting wide open looks and getting some rebounds. They'll fall. They'll start falling.
Tanner tried to drive it in, and Emma stepped in the passing lane, but couldn't hang on to it before she stepped on the baseline. 3 seconds on the clock. Lincoln is up 54-13. And Josh Sterling is going to take a timeout. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and keep it right here. And I'll let Jan ponder the strategy of calling a 30-second timeout with 3 seconds in the half. But we'll talk about some of our fine sponsors. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butter Burger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. And, of course, our super sponsor, Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo in Lincoln, 217-735-4444, or online, grauincorporated.com. Jan, I imagine that you're down 54-13. This timeout just might be a chance for you to work on something or draw up some type of inbounds play to see if your team can run it.
You know, the important thing here for Centennial is for the players to know that the coach has not stopped believing in them. And this is what this is showing. He's showing that he's still coaching the game, even though they're down 54-13. You know, he's going to set up a play, and this is some this is great for him to do that, and the players simply will know that he still believes in them and still wants them to play hard. So I appreciate that.
That's something that sometimes is hard for the general fan to understand, that as a coach, no matter what the score is, you're still coaching your team.
You bet. And if you're not, you shouldn't be out there.
That's right. Tanner to Miller. Miller throws it inside. No good. Chen steals it away. And Chen's not going to get off his shot before halftime. At the half, Lincoln leads at 54-13 over Champaign Centennial. We will send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lincoln Lady Raider basketball on 96.3 WLCN FM, Lincoln, Illinois.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC.
Welcome to the Growl Incorporated halftime show here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, where Lincoln's ladies lead Champaign's Centennial's ladies 54-13 at halftime. David Benny is watching us on the YouTube channel. Todd Tim is watching us from down in Thomaston, Georgia. And Todd, we hope your snow is melted down there by now. We had cold. You guys had snow. You can have the snow. I can deal with the cold. I just don't want the snow and ice. 54-13. Lincoln's ladies were on fire here in the first half. I don't know how well. I mean, they shot the ball very well, but the number of assists, Jan, had to be astronomical. The ball movement was exceptional. The recognition of the open person was exceptional there in the first half.
Yes, Lincoln Railers just had everything firing right off the bat. They were able to get into the scoring column, and we've scored inside, outside. We've scored on just basic shots, clean from the outside. We've scored on penetrating and getting inside. We've scored on the fast break. We've gotten the ball inside to Knapp and Whiteman, and Burge has come away with some rebounds. Our offensive rebounding is good. So Lincoln just doing everything they need to on the offensive end.
Now the ladies played well. The ladies played well against Morton to win that basketball game here at Roy S. They played well against Chatham Glenwood and could have won that ball game here. But I think right now, and I know Centennial is struggling and not as good as either one of those teams, but I think right now we're seeing this Lincoln team play about as well as they can. We're seeing a different Lincoln team. We're seeing one that's moving the basketball, that's recognizing where the open person is, and getting the ball to them at a point where they can do something with the basketball.
Yes, those other teams that they beat or lost obviously had a little more intensive defense, but this is giving them an opportunity to see that with their head up, they can find the open player, and that's what they need. Even when you have a lot of pressure on you, you still can be patient and wait and find that open player. And again, the fact that they're looking to make bounce passes is huge. So I love the recognition. I love that they're running the floor now, and Coach had talked about that they want to run, and we need to do that, but you have to do it in the correct way, and they are.
And you know this from coaching, you may face a different or better defense, more intense defense from some other teams, but I have yet to see a defense that can't be broken down. You can break down a defense. It may take you a little longer. It may take you to do something different, but virtually any defense can be broken down.
Absolutely. I always teach that the defense can stop you once. They can never stop you twice.
Right.
If you make two good moves, they cannot stay with you. And that's what we need to recognize is every defense can be beaten, and we just have to be patient, understand, look at passing angles. We have to have players coming and meeting the ball. Sometimes we want to stand and wait for the ball to come to us, and that can't happen against good defenses.
Coach Knight always had something on his board at the Indiana locker room, and it's something has been burned into my brain. Patience plus movement equals baskets. And I think that's what we've seen today from this team and seen in the last 3 or 4 games is patience, not forcing something that isn't there. Plus, we're seeing movement. We're seeing everybody on the floor move. You don't see the standing around. You don't see, I'm standing here waiting for the ball. I'm standing here waiting for something to happen. If I flash and I don't get it, I'm moving somewhere else. Or I'm moving the basketball. I'm trying to move so the defense doesn't know where I am, and move the ball so the defense doesn't collapse on somebody.
Absolutely. It's showing great patience. Lincoln has never been a selfish ball club. They are very good at moving the ball and waiting for the open player. And, sometimes it takes that player to move and find a better passing angle for the person who does have the ball. And that's what I'm seeing them do here is their positioning in preparation to receive the ball is so much better.
And you talked about that on one possession where they came down the floor. Mia Clark had McKinley ahead of her cutting down the lane and try to pass into kind of behind her into traffic, which is, the idea is good. The angle wasn't so good, and that ended up being a turnover. But perhaps had she been able to either dribble the ball out toward the corner or toward the side, or pass it to a teammate that's out there on the side, if that pass then goes into McKinley, that's a much better angle for her to catch the ball, turn, and go up with it.
Exactly. I always thought if you can't see the palm of the player's hand that you're trying to pass to, then you are not the one that has the correct angle. Find the person who does. And McKinley Knapp does a great job of getting her hand up and showing her teammates where she needs the ball, and that's something that we have to recognize. If you can't see the palm, find the player who can.
And not that we're trying to teach an algebra or trigonometry class here, but basketball is about angles from the offensive and defensive end. It's about getting the right angles. It's about seeing the right angles. That's part of what basketball is on the offensive and defensive end.
Exactly. It's about it as a simple pivot.
Yes.
You know, a stepping around a player creates a better angle, and it is all about math. Of course, I'm a math teacher. Those of you may not know.
So you kids over at Mount Pulaski.
Yes. And we do talk about it. We talk about basketball every day. Many of the players, and they love it. We talk about different things, and you know, that's the thing about Lincoln Lady Railers. They're still improving. You know, they're finding new things, new ways to score, new ways to play defense. They're anticipating a little bit more, and that's what game of basketball is. All athletics is about learning and getting better.
I'm going to have to take care of a contact lens here. The one has just come out, so I'm going to turn over to Jan and ask Jan what she's got for halftime scoring.
All right, let's start with Champaign Centennial first of all. They have 13 points here in the first half. They only had 2 in the first quarter on a basket by Dee Dee Horton. In the second quarter, they came back with 2 points from Lanaya Ballantine. They had Alana Tanner with 7 on 2 field goals and a 3-pointer, and then Kalia Campbell had a bucket for 2 points. So 11 points for the Champaign Centennial team in the second quarter. Lincoln is led by Lily Holmes, who did not have a starting spot, but she sure came out on fire here, and she has 18 points. Grace Schneider chipped in 2 points. Mason McLeod with a 3-pointer for 3. Mia Clark with 16. She had all 16 of hers in the first quarter. McKinley Knapp has 8 points. Piper Whiteman has chipped in 3. And we have Emma Hutchison with 2 points and Rebecca Burge with 2 points coming in off the bench. The Lady Railers are 5 for 7 from the free throw line, again for their total of 54 points in the first half. That's incredible scoring by Lincoln.
So I've had to go to the backup glasses now after having a contact fall out of my eye here. Fortunately, I was able to catch it. Lincoln up 54-13, and Jan will have to watch me so I don't offer my glasses to one of the officials down on the floor and get a technical foul called on the radio station. That would be history-making, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
We're just about ready to go back to action here. Lincoln's going to have the ball to start the third quarter. Starters back on the floor, and Lily Holmes did not start for any disciplinary reason. That it was basically just getting Piper Whiteman a start, and Piper's responded well. And Lily, you always wonder sometimes, Jan, how is somebody going to respond coming off the bench? And she has responded with a tremendous effort here today.
Absolutely. There's been teams I played on where I was a player off the bench, and I knew my role, and I took advantage of every minute I have in, and I cheered on the other teams, and that's exactly what the Lady Railers have always done.
Second half underway. McLeod goes inside Whiteman. Whiteman inside to McKinley, bumped, no call. Back out front, Mesa. Mesa to Grace. Champaign in a 2-3 zone. Mesa, Grace, right side Clark. Back out front, Schneider to Mia. Mia, baseline Whiteman. Piper, they're looking inside for Mack. Out front, McLeod. McLeod, left side 3. On line, up, no good. Rebound, McKinley under the bucket. McKinley gets it out to Mia. Mia steps through, up and good. Nice move by Mia Clark. Stepping through the trap, laid it up and in. It's 56-13.
That was good patience there by Mia. She protected the ball well and waited to see that opening and stepped right through.
Horton right side, back out front, Miller to Day. They go to number 2, that's Walker. She's back in the basketball game. Ballantine throws it inside Miller. She turns around, throws it up and in. 56-15, 7:04 to go here in the third quarter. Schneider ahead to Clark, back out front, Grace. Again, Champaign sets up in a 2-3 zone. Sometimes it's an extended 2-1-2. Grace going to pull it back out. Grace, right side Mesa, back out front, Grace to Mia. Baseline Piper, they go around the horn outside. Grace in the corner, Mia. Mia's 3 out of the corner, no good. Air ball, rebound, McKinley up, no good. Rebound under the basket, Piper's on the floor. Ball on the floor, squirts out of there, and Grace ties up Day. Well, I thought that was going to be Champaign. It is Champaign's basketball, but great hustle by Grace Schneider to get in there.
It was.
56-15, 6:28 to go here in the third. Horton inside Ballantine. Day, the long left-handed up, no good. Rebound Miller, and McKinley battle for it, and I think Mack's going to get nailed for the foul. She did.
She did, but again, you can't fault that she was going for the ball.
No, and that's a difficult rebound. It wasn't an air ball. It was one that hit, actually barely grazed the rim and just kind of came straight down. Miller throws up a three, right side, no good. Hit the side of the board. Piper comes out of there with it. Piper dribbling with her head up, gets it to, tried to throw it to Mesa, threw it ahead of her, and ball goes out of bounds.
I'm going to point out, if anybody was watching, McKinley Knapp, the first player down the floor. She is hustling both ends of the floor. I watched her the last possession, Jay, and as the ball was moving around, she was always positioning her body. And then the shot went up, and she anticipated where the rebound was going to go and got it. She's just an incredible player inside.
Walker kicks it back out. Horton, they tried to go inside to Miller. Ball batted away. The Lincoln defense again causing interior problems. Whiteman down the lane, throws it up, no good, but there's a whistle and a foul. And Piper going to go to the line for 2 shots, and the foul's on number 2, Madison Walker. That is her first.
That was a little learning moment there from Piper. I think the last possession, coming down, leading that break, she made a pass that wasn't there, and this time she held on to it longer. She could have tried to force a pass in and did not. I think that was great recognition there by Piper. Good patience.
Coaches have always taught me that if you were on leading the break and you got to the free throw line, you better, if you get to the free throw line, you better be dishing it off by the free throw line. Otherwise, take it on home.
That's exactly right.
Piper nails both free throws. Give her 5. It's 58-15. 5:49 to go here in the third quarter. Horton, left side. Walker throws it up, no good. And Mesa got knocked to the floor, no call. And another jump ball is going to be called. It'll be 1st and 10 here on the Lincoln 20, and that's the way we like it, baby. We'll concede that to Bobby V. Mia, left side. Mia throws it over Mesa's head. Grace has got to chase it down in the corner. Back out front, Piper. Right side 3 up, no good. McKinley knocked Miller to the ground and no call. And Champaign comes out with a rebound. Day comes out of there with it to Horton. Horton throws up a wild 3, didn't hit anything, and knocked it out of, and it's out of bounds. And it'll be Lincoln basketball. A little bit sloppy play here to start the third period, but with a 43-point game, what do you expect? Clark going to take his seat. Lily going to come back in the basketball game. Grace across the timeline, right side Mesa, back out front Grace. Piper, left side 3, up and bang. Another collision concepts 3 and give Piper 8, 61-15.
I like to see she came right back. She missed the last 3-pointer, had a little confidence, made sure she saw the basket, and was able to knock it down. Good job by Whiteman.
Miller kicks it out to Day. Day, Horton, yet another 3 up, no good. Piper screened out Miller, and Grace comes out with a rebound, and here comes Grace in a hurry. Grace quickly up the floor, Mesa, baseline McKinley, back out front Mesa. Grace, Whiteman again, nice ball fake to Mesa. Baseline McKinley, 15-footer, back of the iron, no good. Ball on the floor, that's batted out by Champaign, and Grace lets it go out of bounds.
You know, you mentioned that Whiteman had the block out, and Grace came in and got that rebound in the last time. Grace has been in around the basket and getting rebounds, or at least being in position this time, and that's so important for every player to go in and get that rebound. And as I said, you let the big kids block out, and the little ones get in there and get the ball.
Whiteman, another left side 3, no good. Holmes battled for the rebound. Day had it and stepped on the end line. 4:16 to go here in the third. Lincoln up 61-15. Mesa to inbounds. Mesa, right side, Whiteman out of the corner, 3, no good. It rolled around. McKinley comes out of there with it. Great pass to Whiteman, up and good. Big Mac with a nice assist inside.
Good cut there by Whiteman, but even better recognition there by McKinley to find her cut into the basket. Great assist.
Kimora Walker throws it to Horton. She throws up a running one-hander down the lane and throws it in. 63-17.
Great shot there by Horton, but I'm going to compliment the defense that Knapp had, shuffling her feet and her defensive position. It was just a good basket.
Oh, Mack with great position inside. Holmes recognized it, took the dribble, got the angle, and the nice bounce pass that Jan loves, and the layup time comes in, and Mack's in double figures. 65-17, 3:30 to go. Tanner shot out of the corner, no good. Might have been partially tapped. Grace has got it. She's got Lily ahead of the pack. Gets it to Lily. Layup time, no good. Rebound, Grace, up good. Gracie with 4.
Good pass inside. You know, I love that Holmes going up with her left hand, even in traffic, and Grace able to clean it up.
And Champaign threw the ball right through Walker's hands at the free throw line. Grace has it, and they've got numbers. Here comes Whiteman down the lane, running one-hander, no good. Ball taken out of there by Lily. She went to throw it up, and a foul called under the basket. Let's see who this one's on. Substitutions for Lincoln about to come in, and I think the foul went against Alana Tanner. Yep.
You know, those of you watching on TV, just take on our next possession and watch McKinley Knapp. And just watch what she does. You don't have to see where the ball's going. You're going to know where the ball is going just by the body position, just by her movement.
Holmes, first one up and rolls it home. And that should give Lily 19 on the afternoon as Rebecca Burge, Emma Hutchinson going to come in. And unfortunately, you folks watching on TV aren't going to get to see Big Mac because she just took a seat in the basketball game. But Jan, for anybody, for boys or girls, her footwork is absolutely amazing. That's a big part of being a post player is your footwork, and her footwork is exceptional.
It is. It's just fun to watch.
They go inside Campbell. Campbell to Day. Day's going to drive it in against Schneider. Left-hander off the glass and in. More substitutions for Lincoln. Ella Schneider, Elizabeth Chen getting set to come in. Whiteman, left side. She's going to drive it in. Little hook shot got fouled pretty hard by Kimora Walker. And by my calculation, that may be 3 on Kimora Walker if that's who it's on. It is, and that is 3. And Piper going to go to free throw line. Piper's in double figures right now with 10.
Piper's 3 for 4 so far from the line.
4 or 5. Ella Schneider in for Grace. I think that's just wrong, having your sister come in and substitute for you. I think you should refuse to come out of the game. I'm going to tell Grace that. Hey, next time,
that's right.
Next time they throw Ella in for you, don't go. No, you're not. My sister's not replacing me. No way. Piper going to take his seat. Horton will bring it across the timeline, gets it to Campbell down the lane, ball blocked away. Good defense by Lincoln. Rebecca comes out of there with it. Burge to Holmes. Lily down the lane, stop and pop from 8 and couldn't get it to roll home. Battles for the rebound, and that should be blue ball.
I like that shot. I like that she takes that. That's that pull-up jumper that we talked about. Keep shooting that, Lily. And she has a beautiful jump shot.
She does.
She really has great fundamental shot.
70-19 is the Lincoln lead. 2:07 to go here in the third. And Elizabeth Chen comes out of there, the scramble with it. She's 1 on 3. Might want to pull that one out to Emma Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Schneider. Schneider home. She's going to take that rainbow 3 left side. Oh, it was online. Couldn't get it to go down. Rebecca Burge picks it up. No good. Chen up and good. Elizabeth Chen with varsity points this afternoon. 72-19. Minute 39 to go here in the third quarter. Campbell to Kennard. Kennard in the basketball game. Back out front, Horton. Tanner behind the back dribble. Threw the ball out of bounds. No, they said it was hit by Holmes. I guess it was tapped.
You know, Jay, even though we're winning the game by as much as we are, even in the first quarter, the coaches are easily able to substitute now because we have players that can play every position, and I think that's going to be helpful. We've talked about some games we thought maybe the Lady Railers just kind of ran out of steam towards the end of the game, and having Piper back in and her ability to come inside, outside, I think is going to make a difference in some of those tight games in the fourth quarter that we might be able to pull those out.
Foul, I think, is on Elizabeth Chen on a push underneath. It was. That is her first, the team's second. They get it inbounds to Tanner. Horton, long 3 up, no good. Burge tapped it out of there, couldn't grab the rebound. Kennard's got it. Schneider tapped it away. Here comes Lily the other way. Lily, 1-on-1, layup time, couldn't get it. Rebound, ball on the floor. Lily may chase it down in the corner. She does. Lily to Emma Hutchinson. Hutchinson, nice between the legs dribble. Stop and pop by Lily. That was partially blocked. Burge comes out of there with it to Ella, to Chen. Chen's got a wide open 15-footer, takes it up, no good. Rebound Horton, and the ball nearly batted away again by Lincoln. They're on the break. Campbell up and good. Kalia Campbell on the break as Champaign ran the break very well there. Joshua Sterling seeing some flashes. They get it to Burge. Burge, Chin, baseline 10-footer, good. Elizabeth Chin with a baseline 10-footer, and that makes it 74-21. 23 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Tanner drives down the lane, throws it up, and they say it's off Lincoln last, and it'll stay Champaign basketball. Gray Gilbert in for Lily Holmes.
Nice job there by Rebecca Burge, helping up the Champaign player. Like to see that.
Kennard looking to inbounds. They throw it out front. Horton. She'll drive in the lane, running one-hander, and throws it home. And that gives them 23, 74-23 as the clock winds down here in the third quarter. Emma across the timeline, goes right side, left side Gilbert, back out front Hutchinson. Hutchinson in the corner, Chen. Chen, long three. Oh, and it almost went in. And at the end of three quarters, it is Lincoln 74 and Champaign 23. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheopera.org.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Lincoln Mayor Tracy and Annette Welch. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734.
And we will have a running clock here in the fourth as Lincoln up 74-23 on Centennial. Lincoln outscored them 20-10 there in the third quarter. Lincoln offense slowed just a little bit, but honestly, Jan, wholesale substitutions and the second unit played pretty good during this third quarter.
They did. We've got three of them in the scoring column. Chan has 4, and Burge and Hutchison each have 2, but they've all done a good job, and this is great experience for them right now.
Campbell in the lane, knocked away by Ella Schneider. Good defense, gets it to Chen. Elizabeth Chen dribbles with her heads up, throws it in the corner. Hutchinson inside the arc, 18-footer, no good. Got her own board, throws it up, no good. Too far into the bucket, and Greg Gilbert's going to chase the ball down. Out front to Chen. Chen to Burge. Burge, corner, Hutchinson, 3 on the way. Good! Bang, a Collision Concepts 3 for Emma Hutchinson, 77-23. Jan, I dare to say, I think she's one of the stars of the future. She can handle the basketball, and she can shoot the doggone thing.
I agree with you 100%.
Tanner tried to go down the lane. Chin knocked it away, and here come the second unit. They get it in there to Gilbert. Gilbert gets it back up, and no good. Burge up, good. Good pass from Emma Hutchinson to Gray Gilbert, and Gray couldn't get the shot down, but Rebecca Burge able to get the board and up and in.
Burge has to be close to double digits in rebounding. She had several in the first half, and she's right there again.
Tanner no good, and the shot was blocked there by Burge. Hutchinson stepped in the Schneider stepped in the passing lane, stole it away. She gets it to Hutchinson, up and good. Give the assist to Ella Schneider, and Emma Hutchinson knocks down the baseline jumper from 8. It's 81-23. Shot out of the corner by that, I believe, is DeMarlon Newbill, who hit a 3 out of the corner. She's not on the roster, but she's on their JV roster, and I believe that's who she is. That's who we're going to call her, anyway. Gilbert, right side Schneider. Ella, back out front, Gilbert. Gilbert, count is on. Gilbert, hand off to Hutchinson. Hutchinson drives in, kick in the corner, Schneider. Schneider out of the corner, no good, just short. Just inside the arc, and the rebound comes out to Campbell. Campbell to Horton. Horton dribbling behind her teammates, pushing them out of the way, throws up a one-hander, no good. Chen taps it to Hutchinson, and Emma comes out of there, left-handed dribble behind the back, had the ball nearly stripped away. Emma head to Schneider. Schneider, baseline Chen. Chen going to drive in, had it blocked. Gilbert comes out of there with it. To Chen again, nice ball fake. Got her man up in the air. Hutchinson, 3 on the way. Oh, it couldn't roll home. Burge almost with another rebound again. And coming out of there with it, Bibb out front to Newbill. Newbill, Horton, she'll step up and shoot a wild 3. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound Burge again, and Rebecca Burge is doing a good job under the boards. If she's not getting the ball, she's getting her hands on it. Schneider inside to Chen. Good pass up and good. What a bounce pass. Ella Schneider with a beautiful bounce pass, and Elizabeth Chen owes her for that one. Chen's with 6, 83-26. 4:47 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, I'd love to know the number of assists.
They throw it inside to Campbell. She throws up a one-hander. Back of the iron, it won't go. Chen to Hutchinson. Emma across the line. Schneider going to step inside the arc. 17-footer, no good. Gray Gilbert the rebound, up and goal.
Good job.
Gray Gilbert breaks into the scoring column, and a big smile on her face. And timeout for substitutions. Heaven Day and Kimora Walker are going to come into the basketball game for Champaign. And I hate to tell the Champaign people, but they've got more than 5 players on the floor. And now they've that would have been interesting. I'd hate to see a technical call on him at this point for that.
I want Ella to keep shooting. She's the only one, and she's had some good opportunities. Get her in there, and it will have every player score for the Lady Railers. Let's see if we can get her the ball.
Tanner across timeline to Heaven Day. They go into corner, Bibb, back out front Day. She'll push off against Schneider, throws the ball, tapped by Hutchinson. Out front Tanner. Tanner tries to go in and get Hutchinson, nearly stole the basketball. Back out front Day. Inside Walker, she double dribble. Gets around her man, up no good. Rebound Bibb. Bibb to Newbill. She lost the ball and lost it out of bounds on the end line.
What a nice move there by the Champaign player.
85-26 is the score. Chen, nice bounce pass to Schneider. Schneider, good pass to Burge, up and go! Got it up and no good.
What a great offense. I love it. That was excellent. Just didn't quite get her done. Didn't quite finish it, but what a great offense by the Lady Railers.
Rebecca, they call her Reba, the senior, eyes it up, and boy, she knocks down free throws.
She's 3 for 3 so far today.
She got 5 on the afternoon, and we still have Ella Schneider to get into the scoring column as the clock ticks away. 86-26. Second one up and good, 87-26. Champaign going to substitute, and Keziah Kennard going to come in the bow game for Newbill.
And the Lady Railers at 11 for 15 from the line today. Pretty good shooting.
Champaign. Clock winding down just near the 2-minute mark. Tanner in the corner, Day. Back out front, Tanner. Walker, free throw line, turns around, throws up 15-footer off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. Bibb and Hutchinson tie up. Alternating possession, it goes white ball the other way. Clock now under 2 minutes as Walker will take a seat, as will Bibb. Hutchinson, Burge, back to Hutchinson, 3 on the way, left side, around and out, no good. Rebound Chen, and she went up for the shot, got hammered. And Elizabeth Chen's going to go up the line and shoot free throws. And apparently one of her hair things got ripped out of her head. And she's going to fix her hair here. Minute 26, clock winding down. She's going to go to the line for 2. The foul was on number 10, and that was Heaven Day. Her second, the team's second. First one for Elizabeth Chen, up and good. The freshman knocks down the free throw. Jan, the minutes the freshmen are getting in this game are going to be awfully valuable later on.
Absolutely.
Second one up and good. Nailed them both. Tanner coming. Oh, and there was a backcourt violation, and I think the referees are just wanting to get this game over. And, okay, there was a backcourt violation. It was pretty obvious, though. 89-26, 36 seconds to go. Day out front's going to drive in the lane, throw up a 10-footer, glass no good. Burge with yet another rebound. Burge to Hutchinson. Let's see if Lincoln even tries to score here with 24 seconds on the clock, and I don't think so, as Emma's going to pull it out. Hutchinson to Schneider. Gilbert back out front. Schneider. This one's all over but the final score, and I think it will end up being 89-26.
Yep, Coach was telling him to hold on to it.
Gilbert. They go to Chen. Chen back out front. Schneider. Gilbert between the circles, and there it is. This one's all over. Lincoln Lady Railers today in a dominating performance, winning over the Chargers of Champaign Centennial by a score of 89-26. You heard that correctly, 89-26. We will send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated postgame show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
WLCN's Lady Railer basketball coverage is sponsored by
Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, Disney, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled.
A win today for the home team Lady Railers, sponsored by Heartland Community College, Lincoln's hometown Hawks program. Learn more at heartland.edu/Lincoln. Heartland Community College, live local, learn local. Well, a quick game today, a running clock in the fourth quarter, and Lincoln wins it by a score of 89-26. That's the high point output for the year, and a bunch of girls broke into the scoring column. We got a bunch of girls in double figures today. Jan, a dominating performance by this Lincoln Lady Railer team against a team, obviously, that was struggling, probably not as talented as some other teams, but those are the games you don't want to let them hang around, or you get off to a bad start, give them some confidence. The Lincoln ladies got off to a blazing start and really put this game out of reach in the first half.
They did. They missed their first shot, and then they didn't miss the rest of the quarter, it seemed. Mia Clark had 3 threes there in the first quarter, along with 3 more field goals, and had a free throw for 16 points in the first quarter, and we talked about how important it was to establish that, and we were ahead 28-2 and had many other Lady Railers get in the scoring column. We did have 4 in double figures, and the bench came in and did a good job. So as you said, you don't want to take these games lightly. You still have to play hard because you don't want to get into bad habits, and we did everything that we needed to. We rebounded, we played defense, we offensive rebounds were very good. Rebecca Burge came in, probably had close to double digits. Knapp probably had close to double digits on rebounds today. So there were a lot of good things that happened. We saw the bounce passes. We saw very few floater passes. They just did everything right. We saw some incredible ball movement and good passes and plays here today. Sometimes we didn't finish them, but they were still beautiful to watch.
Well, and even when you put what we call the second unit in there, it was almost contagious. The passing, the ball movement, the enthusiasm was contagious, I thought, from start to finish, all the way up and down the bench.
Yes, I noticed during the JV game that they did such a good job of being patient and pulling the ball out and resetting when necessary. They did the same thing here in the varsity game, and that's good to see them be able to do that and not get overwhelmed by being in the varsity game, but staying to their game plan, and they did a great job of that.
Well, Coach Taylor Rohrer has joined us here today after just kind of sitting calmly on the bench and letting her team run itself today. I don't even know what to ask you after that. What are your thoughts? A dominating performance today. I thought your team played exceptionally well.
Yeah, I mean, we played as a team, and when you play as a team, things go really well. So we moved the ball well, and kids stepped up and took their shot when it was their turn. And there were a couple plays, Coach would be like, everybody touch the ball on that one, and then we'd score. And I mean, when that happens, it's hard not to score because you shift that zone so much, and you wait to find the open man, and they did that today.
And I was just picking at you earlier about that you obviously, and Corey and everybody was coaching, whether it was the first unit or the second unit, all the way up and down the bench. And we talked about that, the enthusiasm that everybody showed from your starters to everybody that came in off the bench, even what we'd call your second unit there. There was an enthusiasm, and it was like the ball movement and the passing was contagious. It was like, could I get you the basketball so you can score a point? Not, can I keep the basketball so I can score a point? It was contagious.
Absolutely. I love that kind of basketball. I love a team game, and I think it's just really special when you're more excited for your teammates to score than you are for yourself. And I felt like that was kind of what was seen out there today. They really just, especially in the beginning when we were starting to feel it, and then like you said, when that second group was in, they just kept it going, and it was fun.
We were trying to get Ella Schneider to make a bucket because she was the only one that did not break into the scoring column today, and I have a feeling the bench would have gone crazy had she broken into the scoring column as well. But Rebecca Burge is out there. She probably had double-figure rebounds in the minutes that she got today. She played actually very well. If a few more of those shots go down for her, heck, she may have been double figures today.
Right. Yeah. The kids played well. I mean, all the way across the board. And Ella didn't get in the scoring column, but she did make a great pass to Elizabeth underneath the basket.
Yes.
And I mean, that's what you need. You need a team player who doesn't care if she scores, and she did that.
By the way, you substituted her for her sister, and I'm advocating that Grace not come out of the game in that point. No, my younger sister's not coming in for me. No.
Yeah, a little sibling rivalry. Put a fire under Grace.
That's right. Yeah, that's not right. You're putting my sister in for me? No, I'm not coming out.
Yeah, Grace is. She's got a good attitude about it, so it was all right. She wants her sister to be successful too.
I don't know what to say after a performance like that, because you and I talked earlier, this is a team right now that seems to be clicking on all 8 cylinders on both ends of the floor. The defense was there. You can probably go back in the film and pick things apart and say, well, we did something here. But really, the defense overall was there. No matter who you had in the basketball game, they were tipping passes. They were getting their hands on basketballs. Rebounding, I thought they did a good job rebounding today. Champaign didn't get second shots. I don't remember them getting too many second shots today.
Yeah, that's something we've been keying on all year. We wanted to rebound today. We're going to have to rebound on Tuesday. So is a good opportunity to get better at a couple of things that maybe we don't always do too well, and the kids played hard.
The tempo you were able to play at was, we saw them run once they were able to get the rebound, they got out and pushed the ball up the floor. And I noticed something that was, I thought, contagious today too. People dribbling with their heads up. Piper does it usually when she has the basketball. I noticed that from Grace, that people were dribbling with their heads up. That way you're able to recognize what's going on in front of you. And I thought your kids did a real good job of keeping their heads up and seeing the floor today.
Yeah, I think they played well all the way around. I agree with that.
So, we got a tough one coming up on Tuesday against Springfield. You've got an opportunity here. You're sitting at 5-2 in the conference with 2 losses. Springfield has won 2 games in the city tournament, so they're still with only 1 loss, if my memory is right. Chatham's got 1 loss. MacArthur's got 2, and who else has 1 loss in the conference right now?
Just those 2.
Just those 2 with 1 loss.
Yeah, there's a couple of us with 2 losses.
You have an opportunity Tuesday night to have a say in the conference race.
We do. We gotta beat Springfield. Springfield and Chatham have already played each other, so.
So you need help from others to win the conference. Chatham needs help from somebody else to win the conference outright.
Yeah.
They're going to be rooting for you on Tuesday night.
They are, because if we beat Springfield, then they're in the lead for sure. Yeah. Which, you know what, I want to win every game. So conference or no conference, we're gonna play to win on Tuesday and come out and give Springfield our best game.
Nice to be coming off of a 4-game win streak going into that Springfield game, but you've got a 3-game stretch here. We talked earlier off air. That's going to be test for your kids. You play Springfield on Tuesday night, then you come back and play Taylorville, and then you come back and play Peoria Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think there's a game on that Saturday too.
There is, and I can't remember who it is.
I think it's Central.
That's it.
So, I mean, a lot of really difficult games, and we just got to come out and play. We're gonna take one at a time. So we know that Taylorville and Notre Dame, they're out there, but right now our focus is on Springfield.
Springfield has a very good basketball team. They're very well coached. Coach Brad Scheffler does a really good job down there. And they've got a good basketball team. I know he's got a daughter, I think it's a freshman.
He does.
On that basketball team, and she's pretty good.
She is, and she's got a couple other freshman teammates that are also pretty good, and they got a couple bigs inside that are pretty good, and we're gonna do our best to prepare for them, and we got to play good basketball that day.
Girls got a lot of confidence right now. Do you feel that your team's got a lot of confidence right now in the way that they're playing?
I think so. I mean, how could you not when you're playing as well as we are? So hopefully we bring that on Tuesday.
Heck of a win today, 89-26. Got a bunch of kids in the scoring column. Got, I don't know how many kids in double figures. I think it was 3 or 4 at least in double figures today. Good distribution of the basketball today. Congratulations on the win. A good win today, and we will see you Tuesday night at Springfield and Willard Dewey Gymnasium.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Coach, for joining us on the post-game show. Well, Coach Bowers, what do you got for scoring as the people have made it their way to their cars by now?
All right, let's start off for Champaign Centennial. They got 2 points from Lanaya Ballantine. They got 2 from Heaven Day, 2 from Jesse Miller, 6 from Dee Dee Horton, 7 from Alana Tanner. Kalia Campbell contributed 2, and off the bench we had Tasia Kinyard with 3 points for their total of 26. The Lincoln Lady Railers had 4 in double figures. They were led by Lily Holmes with 19, Mia Clark with 18, Piper Whiteman with 12, and McKinley Knapp chipped in 10. But they had more in the scoring column. We had Alicia Schneider contribute 4. Alicia Schneider. If you need a chiropractor, that's Alicia Schneider. My fault.
And she's gone, I believe. They have moved to Texas.
She's in Texas, so yeah. But boy, I'm sorry. That's Grace Schneider.
That's okay.
With 4. I did have her in class, and her mother is my best friend. So Grace Schneider had 4 points. We had Mace McLeod come away with another 3-pointer for 3. And then off the bench, we had Gray Gilbert contribute 2. We had Emma Hutchinson score 7 points. And Rebecca Burge had 6 points with the field goal, and she was was 4 for 4 from the line, and we had Elizabeth Chen come away with 8 points on 3 field goals and 2 for 2 from the line. So unofficially, I had the Lady Railers shooting 13 for 17 from the free throw line, which I think is absolutely tremendous. And again, 89-26 the final score with the running clock in the fourth quarter. Just a great offensive game for the Lincoln Lady Railers.
You know, we talked last year about the team the past 4 years and how many running clocks they've had. But I want people to note that this team has had a running clock, Lanphier, and then up at Kip Hoop Fest in this one. So 3 out of the last 4 games, they've had a running clock and could have had a running clock against Mount Zion on Tuesday night. So this is a team that's putting it together on both ends of the floor and finding out that, hey, at some point we are putting the nail in the coffin. If you get that running clock in the fourth quarter, it's pretty much over. There's virtually no way anybody's going to come back from a 30-point deficit in the fourth quarter unless you just stand there and don't play any defense whatsoever.
And I think that's great going into the game against Springfield, that they have confidence on the offensive end. I think just as important is the fact that on their 4-game win streak, 2 of those came on the road. And we know how difficult it is to win on the road. And so that is great for them going in, knowing that they are playing well when they're not at home. And Springfield's going to be a good team, but I think they're going to have their hands full with the Lincoln Lady Railers.
So if you didn't hear, 4 players in double figures tonight, led by Lily Holmes off the bench with 19. Lincoln, a huge win over Champaign Centennial, wins at 89-26. The next boys broadcast coming up here in just about 4 hours, as the boys will be playing the Rock Island Rocks, the 20-2 Rock Island Rocks, here on the floor at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Next girls broadcast will be a Central State 8 contest, a big matchup with the Springfield Lady Senators from Willard Dewey Gymnasium on the campus of Springfield High School. That'll be Tuesday night. That's a 7 p.m. start. Join us here on WLCN 96.3 FM. And check the schedule for other games coming up here in the next week or so, both boys and girls. So for Jan Bowers, my broadcast partner, for Claudette running the board expertly despite Mabel the Cat back at the station, for station manager Jim Ash, social and marketing media manager Lloyd Kirby, for my good friend Connor Shaw running the camera here and the computer here, giving you all that action on the YouTube channel. This is Jay Harden signing off from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Lincoln wins at 89-26. We will see you on Tuesday night for the next Lady Railer broadcast. Join us in 4 hours for the next boys broadcast. Good afternoon, and thanks for listening.
An accident or injury can happen any day. If you're living without health insurance, now is the time to find a health insurance plan to protect you and your family. New, low-cost plans cover doctor's visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, preventative care, and more. And you could get a tax credit to help you afford insurance. So call me, Dara Entwistle, 217-737-7581 to help you find a plan that's right for you.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, Don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in Service, Parts, and Detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly with less downtime and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
WLCN's live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball is brought to you by Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culvers of Lincoln, Grau Incorporated, Chestnut Health Systems, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Collision Concepts, Complete Lawn Care, Independent Health Insurance Agent Dara Entwistle, Heartland Bank and Trust Company, Heartland Community College, Lincoln, Emo's Cafe, the Johnson family in honor of Keith Johnson, LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, LMH Community Health Collaborative, Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, Joe Ryan Country Financial, Schneider Masonry, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, City of Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.